Hey, it's Callan from Authentic Lifestyle Design, and today I want to talk to you about how to expand your social circle, how to meet lots of new people, something that's useful, something that you need to know in your life. Because what happens, and you don't notice this till you get a bit older, is generally you go to school and you make friends at school, or you have friends like kids that live in the same street, or you do the same sport with, and you're meeting people all the time, right? Then high school, same. Then you get to uni or college or trade school or wherever you go, and you meet people there, and same thing. You go places, you meet people, you go on adventures together, you might travel together, and meeting people seems like this really easy, natural flowing thing, right? And then maybe you finish uni and you fall into a job and you meet new people, and maybe you become friends with them. But a lot of people get to a point, and this might be in like their late 20s, early 30s, when people have started having kids or doing whatever they're doing, when all of a sudden it's harder to meet new people because the way most people make friends is through proximity. By people are close to them, so they're going to school with people, or they play a sport with people, or these very sort of, just whatever ways of meeting new people and starting different kinds of relationships with them. And that's the same with romantic partners or people that are dating other people. Even now, with online dating and everything, it's still more common for people to meet face to face through their social circles or through other means. And therefore, how do you do that? For example, guys, if they're meeting girls, besides on the internet, they're basically meeting a girl through their social circle or that they go to school with. And that's about it. So how do you expand that social circle? How do you meet new people? Because if maybe you've got heaps of people around, but they're not the kind of people you want to be around. And maybe you hang out with those people because they're the people that are around, not because you actually have any deep willingness or deep interest in hanging out with them. And that might sound cruel, but if there's a shred of truth to that, you'll look at this video and say, oh, yeah. Or you might love the people in your life and you just might want to sprinkle a couple more on top. For example, if you're trying to be a musician and none of your friends are musicians, then maybe you want to go meet some musicians and become friends with them. How do you do that? Because it's like, I don't know. Well, it's quite easy once you actually figure it out. So, a couple of things I want to talk about. The first one, if you're more introverted and you don't organize events, so in most social groups, there's a few people that organize 90% of the events, or 80-20 principle. 20% of people organize 80% of the events. If you're not one of those 20%, and you're a tag along, people are like, oh, we're going to do this, and you say, okay, I'll come to that, but you're not actually starting anything yourself. That's something you can change that'll really help you to meet new people. And that's because you can organize events. So if you're traveling and you're in a hostel, for example, because I did a lot of this, and you meet people in the hostel, don't just wait for people to invite you. Maybe they will invite you somewhere, but maybe they won't. So you simply go, say there's a bar you want to go to, say, hey guys, I was thinking about going to X bar, and I was going to go check it out. Does anyone want to come? All of a sudden, that's an invitation to a social activity that those people could do with you. And they could say yes, or they could say no. And potentially, if they say no, they could be like, oh, no, sorry, we can't go. But here's the important part. This has happened to me plenty of times. They've gone, okay, we've already got plans, but we're going to this bar. Do you want to come? Aha, same thing. Now you've met these people and you're going on an adventure with them. You can do that in any setting. Say, and you want to find like-minded people. Say you like alternative hippie people. Go to a yoga class. Get to meet people for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden, hey, I was thinking about having some drinks at mine. Does anyone want to come? Or does anyone want to go practice yoga in the park on Sunday? These tiny little things, and all of a sudden, by initiating events, you can actually build these little social circles and join other social circles. Become active. Don't just wait for something to come your way. Actually arrange and organize things to happen. Also, meeting new people, you have to go places where the people are you want to meet. Because you probably don't just want to meet anybody. I mean, that's quite a desperate place to come from if you just want a friend. Generally, you want a friend that is into certain things, or that's a certain type of person, or such and such. So you go to places, and this is for anything, for friends, or if you want to find a lover or a girlfriend or whatever, same thing. Go to places that would attract those people. Because if you're just trying to make friends in a club, you go to a club, you're going to meet all sorts of different people. Or you're going to get a sort of demographic that go to clubs, right? Which heaps of people say you meet in the bar. You know, be that friends or lovers, you go meet in the bar. But, you know, you go to the bar, you're going to get a certain type of thing, and often they're very cliquey, especially clubs. They can be very cliquey with all the VIP rubbish and all the rest of it. So you look into, where do people I want to meet go? Say you like rock climbing. What do? Go rock climbing. Go to a rock climbing gym. If you don't vibe with people there, try it for a month, and then if that doesn't work, go to another rock climbing gym. Or yoga classes. Go to yoga classes. If you don't meet the right people, go to another yoga class. Just keep expanding. I guess it's important that you want to live in not a tiny little place. I mean, at the moment I'm teaching. I normally live in a city called Newcastle that's about 500,000 people. But at the moment I'm in a little country town of about 1,000 people, and most of them are older. But even here, you know, I've met people and I've gone places and done things. But you try things. You go integrate into a scene. If you don't like it, don't stay. Go find another scene. Go find your people. Trial and error. Go and experiment and figure it out. And the same thing goes, you want to find a girlfriend. Most men, and probably, I guess most women, they just wait around for someone to ask them out. But that's not a very effective strategy either. But for men, it's even worse, I guess, because men, you have to go and ask the girl out. Not always, but that's the general societal standard, is that you go and ask the girl out. And if you struggle to do that, well, too bad, basically. And a lot of guys are just asking girls out in their social circle. Like, who's seen this before? You're in a social group that's mainly guys. If you're a guy and you have a lot of guy friends, one new girl comes into that social circle, and then all of a sudden every guy's going after this girl. Right? I've seen that in my life. I choose to sit out of it. I don't want to get involved in that if that's happening in one of my social circles, but that stuff happens all the time, right? But really, you say, okay, I want to date a nice little hippie yogi chick. What do? Go do some yoga. Go meet people. Organize events, you know? And organize events and tell people to bring people. Like, if you want to throw an amazing party and you have a space to do that, you basically say, well, you find some friends that want to do it too, because you don't want to organize a whole party by yourself. It's good if you can have a few friends to organize it with. And you say, okay, yep, come to the party and bring a friend. All of a sudden, people bring friends and you meet more people. So, yeah, meeting people's a trial and error game. And it's not just like the first group you meet are going to be these amazing people you click with. You keep doing it. You keep meeting new people. And you'll change through your life. So maybe people haven't changed and they were your best friend and now they're not because you've changed. Or maybe they change. So you're probably going to meet different people throughout your life. Don't make your life boring. Don't make your life stagnant. Because why? If you like that, go for it. But if you like that, you're probably not watching a video on lifestyle design. So, yeah. Design your social circles. Really actively. Don't just fall into them. Organize events. Don't just be passive. Don't just tag along to things you're invited to, but actually organize your own things. Ask people what they're doing on the weekend, and if you're feeling especially confident, invite yourself. That might sound a bit funny, but go for it. Why not? I mean, the worst thing that can happen, someone says no. But if you're like, oh, can I come to this thing? Someone's like, oh, we're going skiing on the weekend. It's like, oh, can I come? Why not? You know, there's this weird social stigma that you don't invite yourself to things. I say go for it. If someone's, I'm going skiing, and you're listening and going, oh, that's going to be really fun, and you've had a chat to those people before, say, you guys going skiing? They're like, yeah, we're going skiing. We're going up Mount whatever on the weekend. You say, oh, can I come? And either you'll get a yes or you'll get a no. And they might be like, well, that's a bit strange that this guy's asking, but who cares? I mean, this is your life we're talking about. Make it the most rich, fulfilling experience you can. Meet amazing people. And meet people that you vibe with. And you can do that in any way. And that goes for women. Women, you know, you see an attractive woman walking on the street, or an attractive man, even if you're a girl, you can still do this. That's a human being with a life. There's nothing stopping you, except for your own ego, from walking over there and talking to them. And after about 5 minutes, you're going to get a general read of their personality. Be like, oh, I kind of like this girl. Ask her out. Make it happen. Make things happen. Organize events. And follow through. So ask the girl out. If she says yes, ring her up. Say, hey, I'm thinking about going and doing this. Do you want to come? And so on. There, you've met someone else. Always be open to meeting new people. Organize events. Make things happen. Don't just be a passive observer. Don't just sit there and wait to be invited to things. Especially as you get older and people settle down more, then maybe you're not going to get invited to things because there's less things going on. Keep fresh. Keep young. Keep your mind open. And yeah, meeting new people. Making things happen. Because why not? So, I hope that this simple advice has helped you. Don't waste your time hanging around with people you don't want to hang around with. Go out there and find your tribe. Also, you can merge tribes. So if you have two friends that don't know each other and you think they get along, introduce them. And encourage people to invite you to things too. Even say to people, oh, if you ever meet someone that you think I'd click with, be that romantically or as a friend or as a business partner or whatever, tell me. Hook us up. That's what friends do. You know, if for example, I heard of a teaching opportunity. I have a friend that's a high school teacher that I saw on Facebook. So what did I do? Tagged her, said, hey, you might be interested in this, and now she's got a job. So, help people. Help your tribe. Help your friends. Give them good things. And if you feel envious and miserable because your friends achieve other things, that's on you. You shouldn't feel like that. You want to feel good. When good things happen to people, feel good for them. Yeah. If you gained any value from this video, give it a like, comment what you think. Really helps with the YouTube algorithm and it'll help people to see this stuff I'm throwing into the universe. Share it with anyone you think it'll help. And overall, I hope you enjoy the video and that you'll enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.